Okay. Good morning. Hopefully I got sound. Let me go check. I never checked that. Yep, I do. Okay. We are good. So I'm not doing my quilt as you go. I am going to be working on my teapot quilt today. I just want to get this done because I have several more quilts to make and finish. So what I have to do with these now is sew the sashings on each one. So let's get that done. And I got those in order. So this should be easy peasy. So I'm going to make 5 rows. And hope these all fit perfectly. And they do. All right. Our piece going here. Yes. This is all moved because I just vacuumed in here. Go. Hi Laura, hi Pat. Good morning. How are you guys? Hi Olivia. Good morning. Well, I can't leave my teapots here because I do need to iron. All right. Get that going. Get the next piece. Hi Deborah. How are you guys? I did a lot of spring cleaning yesterday that I was in so much pain in my back and my feet. I started at 6 in the morning and I didn't get done until, and then I went grocery shopping after that. I was like, oh my God. I'm just so glad to have it all done. I finished my floors this morning. I couldn't do any more yesterday. I was beyond broken. Even my hands hurt. That's what old age does to you. Makes you feel glorious. Hi, Lorley. How are you? Good morning. Yeah, I covered my ironing. I recovered it because the other one, I put it down with heat and bond, and the heat and bond lifted after ironing it so much. So I just got rid of the cover. And plus I stained it like I always do with starch. So I'm really sad that I'm done making these teapots because I really, really, really loved making these teapots. I really did. Not even kidding you. They were so much fun to make. And they're so pretty to look at. It's just the colors, I think. The teapots. Just the colors of them. Just make you smile. Hi, Edith. Hi, Cynthia. These are beautiful. Even now that this 1/4 inch seam is sewn here, this is sewn here. Still got a nice pretty point up there. Worked out good. Let me just make sure I'm sewing the next teapot. The right one. These are just, I'm sad. You know what? I got the pattern now. Guess what? I could make this teapot all over again. I sure can. Because this was really a fun project. I kid you not. And that's the good thing. When you buy a kit, you permanently own the pattern. So that's always nice. So what's on your guys' agenda for this beautiful long weekend? Not that we can do too much. Yeah, we can't do anything, really. We're all stuck in our houses. That's so much fun. People are getting stir crazy. I know they are. So I'm going to turn. I just got to be mindful for sewing these together and making sure I do the seams all the same. Or not all the same, no. So that they meet together. I'm thinking this would look stunning, but I would have to use different colors. This would, I don't know. This would still look good on my bed, as far as I'm concerned. I still think it would. I think it would look beautiful. This was just one beautiful masterpiece. So you know, the amount of teapots you make is just totally unlimited. Good morning, BJ. Good morning, Phyllis. And I just love how everything just fits together so perfectly, so well. Like, honestly, I've never done a project that's matched up this well ever before. This one here was just so, everything come together so perfect. So So this, you know, taking your time, sewing straight seams and squaring everything up made the world of difference, because I'm lazy when it comes to that. But I only did it because I didn't want to destroy this. I didn't want to make this all wonky. And besides, it's really hard to quilt when it's wonky. This would make a beautiful quilt, wow, on a bed. But this right now, as it stands, 3 pots across. But, well, I should remember, there's 2, no, there's 1 border. And it's not that big of a border. So, push that one that way. Yes, he's being a little brat. What his famous things to do is be a brat. That's all he's good at. And he's got Tia annoyed because she just came in here. The dog always comes in here because she can't stand how loud he is. So she comes into my craft room to be safely protected by her mom. I will protect her in one of her beds. Nope, she's going to lay on the floor because she's hot. So this is 1 row going to be complete after I put 1 more. Wait a minute, was I supposed to put a sashing on both sides? Oopsies. Let's check. Yeah. Yeah. I sure was. Just wanted to make sure. I'm going to have to rip it out. Okay, so we gotta iron this one this way. My stove looks brand new. Oh my God, what a disaster cleaning that yesterday. Oh my God, what I went through. I'll tell you my story. So the night before, so Thursday, I said to myself, hi Tanya. I said to myself, I went in the kitchen and I just took a look at my house and I went, this house needs to be cleaned severely, like top to bottom. And then I looked in the oven and I went, okay, so I said to Jeff, once Miku goes to bed, I'm going to put on a mask and I'm going to spray my oven. And I'm going to clean my oven tomorrow. So yesterday came, my oven was all ready to be cleaned. Everything sat overnight, so it was good. And there was a few spots I had to do some scrubbing because I have a self-cleaning oven. However, I don't ever use the self-cleaning on it because of the birds. And if you look up parrots and self-cleaning ovens, you'll clearly understand why I cannot use self-cleaning oven in my house. So I don't. So it was 6 o'clock. I was up at 5:30. Drinking my coffee, checking all the news on the internet. I always check out the news every morning, you know, and the COVID stuff. And I went into the kitchen and I said, oh my God, yes, my stove. Oh my God, I gotta clean. Oh my God, look at my house. That's all I kept saying. So, 6 o'clock yesterday morning, I started to clean my oven. Because that's the first thing I really wanted to get done. And I can't overtalk that bird. He's a little jerk. All right. So yeah, it was 6 o'clock and I figured I'm going to start this right now, you know, because I just need to get it done. So I took the oven door off, but first I had to go onto the internet because I have a newer range and it's one of those slide-in ranges. So it's got no back on it. It just slides in and it's level with the cupboards, with your countertops. So I wasn't sure how to take the oven door off because I know Jeff took it off for me before when we cleaned it, but I didn't know how. So I Googled it, of course, YouTubed it. Nobody had my range to show me how. So I said, ah, screw it. So I just went in the kitchen, found the little clips that were on each side of the door that you slide the clips up and then the door just pulls right off. Hi, Debbie. So yeah, I started cleaning my door because I figured that'll be the first thing. But you know how in between the glass, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that gets that, but somehow stuff drips in between the glass. I don't know how it does it, why it does it, but every stove I've ever owned, shit gets between the glasses. So that was all fine and dandy. I went in Jeff's little tool room there and found the screwdrivers and the bits for the oven door to take it apart. And I took the 4 screws out of the bottom. Then there was 2 torque bit screws. Thank God he had that torque bit sitting right in with all of these bits. So I was thankful about that. So I took it off and I thought, okay, now I'm going to open it up because I want to clean the glass between the oven door. I flipped it. It was so freaking heavy. This door was so heavy. I even cut my thumb on, and it's all bubbled. I cut my thumb on that oven door because it's so sharp, the edges of it. So anyway, I flipped it out onto the other part of my counter with a towel down on it because I didn't want to scratch it because I have a stainless steel door. And I looked at it and I picked, scratched, and I'm like, why isn't this picking off? And I have a scraper. Good morning, Helen. I have a scraper that you can scrape stuff off. Well, because I have a glass top stove and that's the scraper that you use on it. And I thought, okay, I have to take these screws out. And they weren't screws. They were bolts. And I'm thinking, okay, I don't know where Jeff's bolts thing, what do you call those? For bolts. Socket set. I thought, I don't know where his socket set is. So I went and got some of my jewelry pliers. These tiny little pliers. And I thought, okay, well, I'll just squeeze it around the top of the bolt and turn it. I mean, they were small little bolts. So I managed to get 4 of them out. That was on top where this piece of glass was. And then on each side of the glass, there was a metal bar. And that clipped onto the glass. That's what held that glass in place. And I thought, okay, perfect. Got those 4 bolts out. Flipped that piece of glass off, cleaned it all up, and shined it with Windex. Put it over on my quilting, because I was in my kitchen and my quilting frame's in there. And I just sat it on the quilting frame because I was just like running out of counter space. And here I am again. Pick, pick, pick. Scrape, scrape, scrape. What the hell? It's not coming off. Lo and behold, there was 2 more bolts. I had to take another piece of glass out. I was like, are you kidding me? I couldn't even get in and around it because it was in there so tight. And that's where they had the insulation all around inside the door. And I'm like, oh my God. So I fought and fought and fought until I did something into my thumb again. Because now my thumb is really bothering me again. It was healed. But now from squeezing those pliers and trying to turn this one bolt, I couldn't get it off. I phoned Jeff. It was now 7:30 at work. And I said, could you please come home and unscrew a bolt for me so I can get this oven door cleaned and finished. So he came home quickly. He gave me these better tools, of course. He gave me some better tools. And I got that. He left right away. He just got me the tools, loosened that nut for me, and then he left. And then I got the other nut off, no problem. So here I am. I'm like, are you kidding me? 4 pieces of glass to clean between this oven door. Wow. So I thought, well, that's all fine and dandy. And these 2 pieces that were, sandwiched together when you opened them up, those were the 2 dirtiest pieces. That's where all the gunk had run down. So there was no way other than to clean that was to take all those pieces off. So I'm thinking to myself, Ruby, don't mix up all these screws and nuts. I was like, I'm not going to be able to put this back together. So anyway, I managed to get it all cleaned, got that piece of glass on, screwed all those bolts back in. I was so happy. And then I flipped it over and I put it on top of the oven door where the handle was, and sandwiched it all back together, screwed the 4 screws in the bottom, put the 2 torque screws on top. I thought, fantastic, I did it. It's so clean. And then I picked it up off the counter and I put it back into the oven because I had cleaned all the oven already. And it was ready to go back in the oven. And I thought, okay, this is great. So I put it in, clipped those clips, pulled my oven door down, and bang, it slammed. It just springed right back and shut. I fought with that for about a half an hour. Finally, I said, screw it. Jeff can fix this when he gets home. I don't know why it won't stay open. My oven door would not, for the life of me, stay open. So I'm walking around, starting to clean out my fridge. I started pulling everything out of my fridge. And lo and behold, I walked by my quilting table. And I'm like, are you kidding me? That piece of glass I cleaned, I forgot to put it back inside of the oven door. So I had to pull the whole oven door off, take all those screws and bolts back off out of the oven door. I was just like, by this time it was already 9:30 in the morning. I was flipping right out. I was like, this is not happening. Lord God, this is not happening. How did I forget to put this piece of glass back in here? And it's big. My oven door glass is big. And that piece of glass was very heavy with those 2 metal plates on it. So anyway, I got it all put back in, put it all together, put it back in the oven, and lo and behold, opened my oven door. It stayed open. I said to Jeff, what I did is forgot to put that heavy piece of glass back in. And that heavy piece of glass is what kept that door from springing back up. I was fit to be tied. So 3 hours of cleaning an oven and an oven door. I could not get over it. So after I got all that done, I figured, okay, I'm going to start pulling everything out of the fridge. Well, I pulled out every single thing that was in my refrigerator, and I started going through expiry dates on all these bottles that were on the side of the door, and lo and behold, I filled an entire recycle bag, a blue recycle bag, full of jars out of my fridge. I dumped a lot of stuff, and I rinsed out all the jars. I threw out so much stuff out of my fridge, so I cleaned the entire fridge, but before I done all that, I was already exhausted from that oven. I was just like, am I ever going to get all this work done that I wanted to do today? So I took everything out of my fridge, left it all on the counters. I went and sat down. I went and chatted with the girls on Facebook for a little bit. And I said, I turned my kitchen into a cyclone and I have no idea where to start. because I was looking from my living room over into my kitchen. I was like shaking my head. Oh my God, why did I do this? So anyway, I got it all done. Cleaned it, sparkling, spick and span, cleaned the freezer out. I was like, okay, so now my next move is to go scrub down my bathroom. So I got all that done. My kitchen by that time was a disaster, I promise you. Like, there was stuff all over the floors. I was walking in it like I was just a regular little slob yesterday, because anything I had in my hand fell on the floor. It stayed there. And my counters were a mess because everything that I was cleaning, I was bringing and putting in my kitchen. Don't ask me why I do that, but I do it all the time. So I got my bathroom all scrubbed down, the tub, the toilet, the sink, the floors, everything behind the toilet. Like, I just scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed and cleaned it all. Cleaned out the little cupboard inside the vanity there. And then I went back in the living room. I said to the girls, I need another break. I was like, I am so exhausted. And I turned my camera. I said, look at my living room and look at my kitchen. So I picked myself up again. I don't know, I sat for about 10 minutes. I had something to drink. Maybe a half an hour. No, I don't think it was that long. And I started cleaning my living room. I started dusting everything, pulling stuff out, scrubbed down the bird perches, replaced all clean pea pads in their perches, and cleaned all the floor around it because there's big pieces of wood that he bites off and they end up on my floor. How, I don't know. It's the way he snaps them. They just fly everywhere. So I got all that done. And then I sat back down again. I was like, how can I not get all this done? Like, it took me, I don't know, over an hour and a half just to do my living room. Oh my gosh. And then I said to the girls, well, it's time I do my kitchen. I don't want to. My back is killing me. My feet are killing me, but I can't leave my kitchen like this. So I started scrubbing. I had dishes to do from the night before. Oh my God. It was just so disastrous what I had done. Finally, I got everything cleaned to a point where I took out my stainless steel cleaner and cleaned all my dishwasher, my fridge, all the outside of the stainless steel, my backsplash, shined up, scrubbed out my sinks with Vim, shined up every single appliance on my counter, cleaned the water dispenser from the fridge, cleaned all of it. I was so happy to look at everything in place, sparkling in my kitchen again after what I had done yesterday. So it was by that time 3 o'clock. By then, I was totally broken. I couldn't do any more. I couldn't even get up and get Miku out of his cage to bring him in the living room. I was so hurting. I just said to the girls, I can't do this. I have to vacuum now and wash all the floors. That's all I have left to do. And Jeff was going to do Miku's room because he usually does that. He pulls his whole cage apart, takes it outside, scrubs it all down, and just lets it air dry outside in the sun. So that's the last room that really needed to get done. It wasn't really messy. It's just his cage gets dirty from him walking all over it and pooping everywhere on it. It's got to get thoroughly cleaned at least once a month. So instead of just cleaning out the tray and the bottom, you know, we take his cage apart and ultimately clean it spick and span. And I usually help him. So he went to the dump because from yesterday I had so many bags of garbage. Way too much to put out on garbage day. So he went to the dump this morning. He took all the recycling because I made 2 bags of recycling already and 2 big bags of garbage. And he took all of that this morning. Then he came home, and while he was gone, I vacuumed all my floors, re-cleaned Miku's perch because he made a mess of it last night. So, and then he came home, he washed all the floors for me. I had the mop soaking in the sink with the cleaner, and he cleaned all the floors, and he did Miku's cage, and it's sitting outside right now in the sun. So and then I cleaned my craft room. So I honestly can tell you guys, I was beyond broken. I was in so much pain. So it was 6 o'clock. Okay, get this. It was 6 o'clock at night. And I was in video chat with the girls, and they know how much pain I was in. I'm not even going to lie about it. My back was hurting so bad. So I took an Aleve. No, I didn't have any Aleve. And I said to Jeff, do you want to go get groceries now, or do you want to go get them tomorrow, which meaning today? And I'm thinking, would you want to go on a Saturday? Let's go in a Friday evening. There won't be such a lineup outside. So I just went and got dressed, and I said, let's go get groceries and get this over with. So what did we do? We went for groceries. So I still did not quit. By the time I got home and put all those groceries away and Lysoled everything, um, yeah, I was so broken last night. I don't even know how I managed for the rest of the evening, even to get off the couch to go to the bathroom, because my feet were hurting so bad. But you know what? I got up this morning. My back's fine. My feet are fine. I just needed to get off of them because I was overdoing it yesterday, and I knew I was overdoing it. But I always push myself till if things are done. If they're not done, I'm the type of person that I can't sit still. I can't sit and look at that mess and think, well, tomorrow's another day. I can't do that. But I had no choice about the floors. And my floors were disgusting because I had just spilled oven cleaner stuff everywhere, dropped things off on the floor, wiped my counters all sparkling, and just threw everything on the floor. I was like, oh my gosh. So this morning I got up and I had no problem vacuuming and Jeff washing the floors. And then I vacuumed all my rug outside, cleaned all my stairs and sidewalk outside with the broom. So, and I feel fine. My back's a little bit tense, but it's not hurting like it did yesterday. Like I really wanted to cry. The pain was so bad. My feet were killing me. And what did I do? I got up and went for groceries. I was like, I don't know. I don't know where I got all this energy from yesterday. But all I really have left to do, guys, for my spring cleaning are the windows. That's it. Everything else is done. I did extra things. I cleaned out the cupboards. I did so much yesterday. I'm I'm happy. I'm really happy it's all done. I can relax. I can enjoy the day now. I can craft. I can do whatever. You know, it's wonderful feeling when your house is sparkling clean. It really is. And it makes you feel good. So, and right now I've got a melter. I know you were saying something about the scented candles. Yeah, you can't have scented candles burning. Yeah, so I usually burn an unscented candle in a Himalayan lamp in the living room. But in my bedroom here, in my craft room, I always have this melter going. And right now I have banana bread. Believe me, it smells like really banana bread baking in the oven. It smells so good.
Whoopsies.